the ongoing process where we are now. We're now at the situation where we have been recording quite a lot. We have a pretty good songs, quite a bit. We're still searching a little bit more, just a little bit further more of those like a really like catchy songs and yeah, searching for those hits because every band needs them and I guess the music that we're making at the moment is going to be even more like in the world of pop music and not so much in the world of rock. I like to think of it as a situation where a rock band plays pop songs. So live wise it's going to be rock band playing pop songs and but the music is pop and we're still writing some songs but the record itself is almost done. We're in a good phase now, yeah.
So what do you see yourself as a band? Pop, rock? Because the last album was more pop, before it was more rock. So.
Well, if you think about the process from Mercury and Glitter and to Corazon and now the fourth album, it goes all the time into into the world of pop music and it's still going. It's going to be way more catchier and way more popular songs and some like I guess you could say almost also like a bit more like electropop stuff. We've been listening to that pretty much and it sort of comes from we just wanted to sit down and start to think that what kind of music we want to listen to and which kind of music that we like. Of course we have these traditional rock band instruments but all of us love to dance. After the gigs we might go into a club and dance out like club songs and R&B songs and well pop music in general and electropop also. So there's lots of influences from that from club music also like Dead Mouse and that's sort of like a gloomier or darker club sounds. Yeah, more pop.
Yeah, there are new albums, so what is about a release gig?
The release gig, I would love to give like a straight answer. It's going to be on this date, on this venue, on this country. Well, we've been having the tradition that the release gig is in Tavastia, Helsinki. And if it's up to us, we most definitely will be holding a release gig for the fourth album also in there. And then, of course, we're hoping to have a proper European tour. And it would be also nice to have another release gig in Berlin or some like a bigger German city or something like that. But in a way, because of the process that we are still in, we're almost in the phase where we are starting to look like the calendars are starting to think that which could be the good time and place and the cities to go out and play the music for the people.
So there's still no idea if the album could come spring, summer, fall, winter.
It will be released next year. I know it's hard business. It's hard for us also, you know. Yeah, you have to understand that I guess it almost for every band the most memorable stuff and the most lovable stuff is, well, to song makers and musicians, it's fun to play music. You'd want to do it all the time if the options would be so, but at some point you come into a situation where you start to think of it, okay, these are cool songs, but when you're doing like a live set and you start to think of that, if only we had a little bit more of those kind of songs, we could like manufacture the set list even to a little bit longer scale and add more like partiness to it, or like faster songs, and then you really have no other options than to stop touring for a while and start writing new songs. And I'm guessing that more pop music it is, the more slower the whole song making process is, because it has to be, well, it's hard to do catchy songs. You have to make quite a lot of songs before you end up with those like really good ones. I just read today that Paul McCartney had wrote 200 songs before he wrote Love Me Do. So that's the reality where every music making or music songwriter is, in a way. And we want to make the good ones.
Good decision.
Mm-hmm.
What is about the school gigs? What it is, why it is? A lot of people ask what you're doing there.
Yeah. Well, since we're not that genuinely kind of like a rock band, we don't consider ourselves as like these hard rockers that have to represent yourselves in black jeans and like this uniform kind of stuff. We want to play around with the idea. So back in the time when we were starting to record and write songs for Mercury and Glitter, we sat down and started to think that what was the time in our lives when music mattered the most, or started to matter like really big deal, and almost all of us thought really instantly that it was the time you went to elementary school, and by the time you were like 7, 8, 9 years old. And then the idea sort of went onwards there. We started to think, well, did we see any gigs back then? And the answer was no. I've seen some, especially in Germany and Austria, Switzerland, I've seen some of the big like summer shows. There's lots of like all the ages people, like kids and grandmas and or everybody in the same festivals. In Finland, for some reason, there's not like that kind of a culture. So we had this grand idea to go as a rock band to places where there are lots of young music listeners and young eager minds, but they might not probably never have seen a live rock band performing for them. So that was the idea, and we started to ask around, would it be possible to go into schools and play music for them, and it sort of evolved there, and they've been really nice. There's lots of great memories. We've been touring around Finland, like really small places, like these like really small community schools where there's like a whole school has 50 students, and there and also like really big schools where we do 4 shows in a day, holding 250 students per one gig. And we also make music with them. It always goes up in a way that we play a couple of our own songs, and there might be some question and answer stuff. But also we usually make one new song, like micro song, in every gig. So we just ask the audience that, okay, let's make a song. Let's try to keep it, make a small micro song in 15 minutes. Ask the audience about the topic. Like the teenager want to make some music or songs about concerning food, or some guy's mother. Hey mate, can you make a song about that guy's mother? Well, what she's like, what's her name, and then it goes from there. And sometimes the songs are really crappy, but everybody's having a good time, and sometimes there's just like really catchy songs that people in the band end up singing all the rest of the day, like really annoying pop choruses and that kind of stuff. And the students and the kids have really been loving it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, they think you're the whole day in the studio working, but it's the band, the main job. Do you have different jobs, a lot of jobs, or what
I have to think. This is the day job that we have, being musicians. I teach also. I teach voice, perhaps some perhaps some I have also like oldest my old students sometimes coming to see the gigs, but I'm sort of like the, in a way, the only guy that is in the most traditional profession, so that I make music, I perform, and then I also teach voice, and I guess Heikki teaches drums some, but this is sort of the stuff that we do. There's nobody's working on a grocery store or anything like that. So because we have to, of course, we have to live, have to buy food and pay our rent. So at the moment when we are making the songs, we're just performing with other bands. I'm not doing that actually that much. I have a couple of my own projects, but well, how in duo with Nikko, we might do this like a troubadour duo stuff, and Heikki Puhakainen is working a lot with different Finnish bands, going on tour. He's really wanted as a keyboard player, and Juho is also working with Jenni Vartiainen and like those couple of bigger pop stars in Finland. So all of us is doing something that is involving music, and just to keep this place going, and just to keep ourselves not from starving. And then all the other, like the spare time that we do is here making music.